Ebi mbeka say great, okay, is innate, meaning nkofo bi wɔ hɔ a they were born with great. I will explain what great is, but you just listen to me. But after learning for a while, I have come to understand that great is not only innate. People are not only born with it. However, some people are able to build and develop greats. So we will start from where great starts from. And then we'll get to great. So I have themed my presentation, how to change the world. Okay, let's go. Now, the mind. The mind is the most powerful tool ever given to mankind by the Almighty God. If you don't believe in the existence of God, well, that's your opinion. But I believe in the existence of God. The same way I believe that, or we all know that humans create cars, okay, create buildings or put up buildings and all that. The same way a supreme being created humans and gave us something unique, which is the mind. You know, humans are animals, right? Yes. We also have other animals. The lion is there. The giraffe is there. Okay? The sheep is there. They also have mind too. But the sophistication of the mind of a human being, how complex the mind of a human being is, separates us from the rest of the animals. I want you guys to listen carefully. Let's go. So now, go back. The greatest gift given to humans by the Almighty God is the mind. So God has given every human being the mind. It's for a purpose. It's for a purpose. We will know what the purpose is. Okay? Now, it is from this mind that everything artificial is created. God created natural things. Humans created what? Artificial things. It's a human being or a team of human beings that created this machine. Human beings put up high-rise buildings. They created cars. How were they able to do that? From the mind. How were humans able to do all these? If not for the blessing of God, it would not have been successful or possible. The same way humans have been blessed with their minds to create things to advance themselves, they also use their mind to cause problems. So you see the wars all over. How did they come about? They were caused by humans. What did they use? They used their minds. The guns, the bombs, and other ammunitions, how were they created? By the mind. I want you guys to follow. I know what I'm saying. Okay, now let's go on. So, how does one create something, okay, to change the world? In this situation, when I say world, to change the world, It can be your own world, your own environment. It can also be the entire world. It is possible for humans to change the entire world to the point where everyone would benefit, everyone will be happy. But as to whether humans are ready to do that is another thing. So this world that I'm talking about, okay, can apply to your own world, I mean your environment, or the entire world. There are people who are struggling to provide themselves with what? 3 square meals a day. Breakfast, lunch, supper. However, there are people who have abundance of that. How were they able to have abundance of that? And why are others suffering? The difference is what? The utilization of the mind. Okay. So now, we are focusing on success. We are not focusing on something that will cause distraction. We are focusing on success here because I stand for success. I stand for the advancement of humans. The reason I set up this business, okay, with the assistance of you all, is because I care about humans. Whenever I see that our number has increased, I'm very happy because at least I'm offering a soul something to live on. And it's not only something to live on, but something to put in their heads. Of the two, the more important one is what goes into your head and not what I give you at the end of the month. No. If you can put this in your head, you would realize that what you receive at the end of the month is peanuts, because you'll be able to achieve 100 more what you put in your mind. Okay. So now, to achieve success, you have to act in a certain way. You can't just be acting in any way and be hopeful that you'll be successful. It's never possible. If you want to be successful, there is a way you need to follow. There is a path you need to follow. If you don't follow that path, forget. It will never ever happen. The same way, if you want to be poor, you want to be unsuccessful, you can sit down. That is also a way. You sit down, you do nothing. Or you continue to complain. It's also a way, right? It will lead you to what? Failure. But if you want to be successful, there is a certain way or path you need to follow. If you don't follow that path, there is no way you'll be successful. And that path that I'm talking about has been proven scientifically. Now, if I bring water, if I pour water into a plastic container and I have an empty container, I pick a funnel. I hope you know what a funnel is. And I roll a paper and put on the funnel and cover the bottom of the funnel, and I pour the dirty water, not water, let's say water plus sand. I mix it and then I pour it through the funnel. Mind you, the funnel has what? a filter, which is the paper. When you pour the water through the funnel, the filter separates what? The dirt from the water. You would realize that the water that seeps through the funnel into the empty container becomes clear. It becomes so clear, it wouldn't have any dirt. If I put the process down and I send the process to a friend in the US, and a friend of mine follows the process, you would realize that the results that are achieved will be the same as the results that what my friend will achieve. Why? Because we followed what? A certain way. And that way will always produce what? Clear water. And it is 100% scientifically proven. Do you understand? So the same applies to success. If you want to be successful, there is a way you need to follow. There is a path you need to follow. If you are able to follow that path very well, nothing will stop you from being successful. Okay. So now, this is where I want you to pay very, very, very close attention. Bring your minds here. To be successful, guys, there are two battles you need to win. There are wars. You need to win them. If only you want to be successful. The first battle is the battle of the mind. And then the second one is the physical battle. Now, the physical battle is not as difficult as the battle of the mind. If you can find a way to win the battle of the mind, nothing, I repeat, nothing can stop you from becoming successful. Whatever you set forth to achieve, you shall surely achieve it. Nothing can stop you from being successful. So now I want us to delve into the battle of the mind, how to win the mental battle. Now, this is where I'm going to use the board. Unfortunately, if you look at the world, the reason blacks, Africans struggle with success is because we have been unable to win the battle of the mind. It's really sad, it's really pathetic. Because we've lost the battle of the mind, that is the reason we find ourselves in this situation. Look, we are in the city. Accra is a city. When you step out of this gate, the road is untarred. When you go to a city in Europe, I doubt if you come across an untarred road. Why should that be? Why is it that when your friends get to know that you have something little on you, they rush towards you and want to take a piece of it from your pocket? Why is that so? There is one cause for that. It's because we have failed to win the battle of the mind. So this is where we are going to focus our attention. Kindly mount the board for me. When God created humans, He gave us a brain. Okay? And in the brain, He put something there called the mind. Nobody knows how the mind is. Nobody knows. Whether it is like this, or it is like this, or it is like this, nobody knows. But what we know is that God gave us a mind. Now, let's assume that the mind is like this. We are just assuming that this is how it is. But the mind is formless. It doesn't have a form. Like I explained earlier, it can be like this, it can be square shaped, it can be conical shape, it can be any shape. It doesn't have a form. Note that, number one. Number two, the mind is a thinking factory. You see, what I'm talking about, what I'm teaching you, it's not taught in any university or any tertiary institution or anywhere in any school. I'm teaching you what I've learned through various readings and through working from the scratch and building Decentpak up until now. So guys, listen to me carefully. Can we continue? Start again, okay? So the mind is formless. It doesn't have a shape. You can decide to see your mind as square shape. You are right. You can decide to see it as circular. You are right. It doesn't have a form. In science, we say amorphous. It's formless. That is number one. Number two, the mind is a thinking factory. That is why people sit down and create what? Things for humanity. Machines for factories. Buildings for people to live in. Technology, AI, robots. Is a thinking factory. The mind is a creative factory. Based on your challenges, you can create something. What has been created in the US was created because of the challenges in the US. Including weather and all that. They have snow, they have hurricanes and all that there. So it will be wrong for you to pick that thing and apply it here when we don't have what? Snow. We don't experience what? Hurricanes. So most of the things we do, we pick and come and dump here. We are not thinking. We are not being what? Creative as blacks. The mind is formless. It is a thinking factory. It's a creative factory. It's an intelligent, should I say, okay, let me add factory to it. Or intelligence factory. Intelligence. Intelligent because you react to your external forces. If you are driving and you come across what? A pothole, your mind will tell you that you are intelligent enough to spot the pothole. So you do what? You swerve it. Keep this in your head. Formless, thinking factory, creative factory, and intelligence what? Factory. Note these. Now, anything that you put in your mind, it creates an image for it. Any thought that drops into your mind, a corresponding image is created. It is like the creation and development of a baby in the womb of the mother. Once the sperm meets the egg and an embryo is formed, there is an image that is formed. That is why you look like this, and that is why I look like that. Are you following? Yes. Guys, if you are tired, you are sleepy, I beg you, stand. Very important. We need to get these into our heads. I want to ensure that by the end of today, you never ever remain the same. It is possible. So guys, let's listen and follow. So see the mind as what? A formless what? A thinking what? A creative what? And an intelligence what? Factory. Now, move it up a bit, okay? Like I said, any image or any vision, any goal, any objective you have in your mind. So let's say your objective is, your vision is like this. The moment, and it's a thought, you think about it. That's why it is this. The moment you think about it, it creates an image of that thing in the mind. So you see somebody just having a thought of having a car, then an image will be created in the mind. Or having a thought of a business, owning a business, and then an image will be created. So once the person has that objective, immediately an image is created. This image could be a car because of that, because that is what you've thought of. It could be a business because that is what you've thought of. Once you think of something, an image is created. Do you get me? Okay, let it go up. Reduce the... Yes, before we continue, I would want you to keep this in your head. Vision, faith, determination, and gratitude. I will explain them, but just keep them in your head. Vision, faith, determination, and gratitude. I'm dealing with what? The vision now. That is what I explained. Immediately you think of something, an image is created. What you are thinking of is the vision, or the goal, or the objective, and something is created in the mind. Now, the next one is faith. Once you think of something, you must have faith that you will surely get that thing. When we talk about faith, faith is not something that is supported with facts. No, it's belief. You have believed the way we believe in God. Have we seen God before? But we believe that God is in existence, right? Yes. It means we have faith that God is in existence. So faith or belief is something that you have within you, but there is no evidence to it. There is no fact to back it. If you want to achieve something, let's give ourselves an example. I want to own a business. Okay, so you think of that. That's your vision. The image is created. Now you need to have faith that you will achieve that thing. Okay? Between faith so this is the vision. An image has been created. Now you have faith. Between faith and determination, is what we call the subconscious mind. This is where everything happens. Between faith and determination, the subconscious mind. I know some people or a lot of us don't understand what subconscious mind is. I'm going to explain now. When you live in an area where a particular song is played over and over and over and over and over again, and that song stops playing, what happens to you? You will even not know when you'll be singing. Let's assume you are a krife. Are you listening? You are a krife pan. If you are singing there, no, unko home. But where you live, there is a spot there, a bar. And that bar, the owner of the bar has been playing King Paluta. That person plays it over and over and over and over again. You, the krife person, you will never know when you start singing it. Is that the case?
Yes.
Okay, so this is where the magic happens. The subconscious what? Mind. We started that you said you wanted to have what? A business, right? That's the vision, right? An image of that kind of business has been created. Now, you hold a faith that you will achieve that vision, right? Now, after that is determination, but between the faith and determination is the subconscious mind. How do you get yourself, okay, to be drenched? If I say drenched, I mean to be covered. Let's say it's water. Let's say there is water here. How do you get yourself to be in the water for the water to cover your whole body? That is the same as the song. Are you following? To the point that when you sleep, you dream of the vision. When you wake up, the first thing that comes to mind is the vision. As you walk, you think about it. You sit down, you think about it. You are talking to your friends, and you wouldn't even know when you start talking about the vision. This is where the magic happens. Let me explain again. I want you guys to get it. You have to get to the point where subconsciously you'll be talking about the vision. I never got to this level, okay, out of the blue, out of luck, never. And this happened to me. Are you following? You need to get to the point where you will be covered by the vision, so that subconsciously you will be talking about it without even noticing that you are talking about it. you have to be drenched in it. You have to be covered in it. The subconscious mind would have to be filled with statements of the vision. How do you achieve that? Like the way the song was playing, the same way you would have to continuously talk about it and do what we call positive affirmation. Simply, positive affirmation means that you don't allow any negativity to come close to the vision. Never allow any negativity to come close to what you've been thinking about that you want to achieve. What are some of the negative things that can come close to what you are thinking about? Your friends will say, Akwawe awa born wa class yi. Onu no say opese or build a business. Never allow that word to hit the subconscious mind, because the subconscious mind is filled with what? Positives. Positives about the business. It's in a pool. That thought is in a pool. Okay? You are thinking about the vision. So any negativity that finds its way into it will take away some of the water. Are you following? So positive affirmation is what will keep the water, okay, the vision water at the level that it has to be. What are some of the positive affirmations? I can do it. Nobody can stop me. No amount of troubles that I will face will break me. If Mr. A has been able to achieve it, I can achieve it. If that person whom I'm better than has been able to do this, I can do even more. You say these things in the morning, in the afternoon, in the evening, when you sit down, when you stand, when you eat, when you drink. Every step you take, every minute of the day, every minute of the hour of the day, every second of the minute of the hour of the day, you are repeating these things. Do you know why you have to be repeating those things? So that the negativity will not get close to it. The moment the negativity hits the drenched or the pool that you've created in the subconscious mind, it takes you one step backwards. I have experienced that before. The moment you tell yourself, I'm a black man, the black man is doomed, you move one step backwards. So what do? You protect that with the positive affirmation. It could be that you find yourself in an environment where everybody is negative. Like we find on our radio stations, airwaves, on television, on social media, and economy near din. And I say, They are negatives. Do you allow them to get to you? No. So what you need to do is you create an environment, okay, where only positives thrive. If for some reason the people in your house are negative people and you can't leave them, create a mental environment for yourself. Create a mental environment filled with positives for yourself. How do you do that? Never ever visit any social media platform that spew negatives. If you're on Facebook, the people you follow who are negatives, unfollow them. The friends you keep who are negatives, leave them. The books you read that dampen your spirit, do not read them anymore. Replace them with books that would uplift your spirit. Follow people who would show you the way. Always think positive. When you do that, you realize that you create a mental environment that is positive for yourself. Even though you are living in an environment physically where the people around you are negative, you realize that you'll be different. They will start calling you names. Look, when I was in Germany, every Friday, my colleagues would tell me, my colleagues were from all over the world, Mexico, France, New Zealand. I was the only black guy. Now, they'll come to me every Friday, let's go and party. I say, party? Me that the money that I'm getting, I want to save it and come and do something profitable here. I should go and use the money to party. I said, no. You take the lead. Give me the address. Then they'll give me the address. I'll join you, okay? They will go, they will not see me. The next week, Friday, it's Fridays that they party because the following they no work. They will come again. I give them an excuse. Do you know what they told me the third time? They said, this guy is a firewood. He will not go. Let's not waste our time. I separated myself from them. Here in Ghana, as we speak, I don't have friends. I don't have friends because the friends I used to have, majority of them, when they see you, they want to take something from you. When they see you, it's negatives they talk about. What do you think if I continue to be with them? What do you think will happen to me? Are you following? The negatives will find its way into the subconscious mind that has been filled with what? Positives. So you create a mental positive environment for yourself where even the physical place you live, you'll be seen as an alien, and you would realize that as you achieve your vision is not something you can achieve overnight. You work towards it. It's like living here to Tamale. You start what? Moving in a journey. So you realize that when you start living Accra, you get to Insawam. Okay? Now, you get to Insawam, you've been successful to some extent. Perhaps it is money that you've gotten. You realize that you leave that environment that you were living, where there was what? A lot of what? Negatives. between faith and determination, this is where the whole thing happens. The subconscious mind. If you are able to win this, you would realize that something will move throughout your body that will push you to achieve your success. Something will move throughout your body to move you from where you are to Insawam, to Kumasi, because your journey is what? Tamale. That is what we call adrenaline, the thing that moves you. Okay? That moves you to be able to get closer to your vision. It's also something you can't see. It's adrenaline that will be rushing through your body. Let me give you an example. If your leg is paining you, okay, maybe you have an injury. Ordinarily, when you have an injury on your leg, when you are walking, what do? You limp, right? Okay. You are limping, going, and you see a lion. You come across a lion. You will never even know when. You move from Kaswa to Tabora on that leg. What caused that? It's the adrenaline. Because your subconscious mind would have been filled with the adrenaline, and it will rush through your body to move you from where you are to the next point. Adrenaline is powerful, guys. Now, when you have that adrenaline in you, rushing through your body, permeating through your body, and you are moving, that movement is what we call what? The grit. So grit is somewhere here. So grit is what? Courage to move. It's also what? The strength of the mind, because if you are strong in the mind, you have the courage to move. It's also what? Fearlessness. You don't fear anything. The lion is coming. You don't care whether there is a nail on the floor. You will step on it and go. You become built. You have fortitude. Nothing can penetrate your body. So if you are a salesperson and you go through what I've said, you fill your subconscious mind with positive affirmation, okay, about the vision, and you have grit. When you go to a customer and the customer tells you, I am not interested in your product, you push and get the customer to buy. If you do all that and the customer is not buying, you move to the next person. You move to the next person. You move to the next person until you become successful. You will not say, ma try nipa bako, mienu, anye ye, ma bemebu, I'm going to sit down. It means your subconscious mind is not filled enough. Are you following? So we all know now what grit is. Grit is what? The courage to move. The strength of the mind. Fearlessness. Fortitude. If I say fortitude, what it means is that you've created something like a shield, a wall around yourself that nothing can penetrate it. Even bullets cannot penetrate it. Even bomb cannot break the wall. Do you understand? So the grit, okay, is what will move you, because you are what? Determined to succeed. Because you are what? Determined to succeed. Guys, I want to go over this again. This is very, very important. You have a vision and it's a thought. Immediately the thought forms in the formless structure. It creates an image. Once it creates an image, okay, you have faith. Faith that it is going to work for you. That image will physically show. You'll be able to do what you set your eyes to do, your eyes on to do. That business is going to be created. You feel that in your subconscious mind. You protect it with what? Positive affirmation. You don't allow negativity to come close to it. The positive affirmation leads to what? An adrenaline rush through your body. You become determined. You move with courage, with strength of the mind, with fearlessness to achieve what you set out to achieve. This is how you win the mental battle. If you can go through this, you have won 75% of the battle to attain your vision. This is what Africans lack. From today, because you've been exposed to this knowledge, never ever remain the same. Okay, let's continue. Now, the physical battle, 25% is nothing. As long as you have the grit, the determination to move, you'll be able to achieve the physical, you'll be able to win the physical battle easily. Let's assume that you want to become a PhD student or you want to have PhD, and you've prepared your mind by winning the mental battle. Now, to achieve the PhD, you need to acquire what? Knowledge. The grit, the determination will tell you that you sit down and learn. You go to class for your teacher to teach you or your lecturer to teach you. When you are taught, you sit down and learn. Research work, you follow through the process. It becomes very easy when you have the grit, the determination to achieve something. You realize that you do this, you achieve the 25% so easily, without any problem. If you are a salesperson, you have the determination, the grit to move, you would realize that winning over customers becomes so easy because you then learn how to win what? Customers over. You then apply what you've learned, sales and marketing, how to communicate, how to get the customer on your side, how to make the customer so happy. You'd realize that you would always have what? The determination, the will to achieve that. So, the physical battle is just what? More or less adding knowledge to your mind. We call it strengthening your mental faculty. And that becomes so easy because what is causing the resistance, you've overcome it. Do you understand? You have the adrenaline rush in your body pushing you to achieve. Do you know why some people kill? It's because of the subconscious mind. Look, the mind is powerful. Once the subconscious mind is filled with something, and the adrenaline is produced and it is rushing through your body, look, anything that you see on the way, you clear it. That is why some people kill. Because they've won the battle of what? The mind. So all they need to do is what? To move and execute. So once you've won the battle of the mind, the physical battle is what? Just movement. The movement could be what? Acquiring knowledge. The movement could be what? Moving and looking for customers. It could be what will lead you to what? To achieve what? Your vision. Do you understand? So I don't need to talk much about winning the physical battle. No. I hope it's clear. Okay, let's continue. Look, we knew some people who were so brilliant in class. They had all the knowledge. Why? Because maybe they had what it takes to acquire the knowledge in class. Or their parents pushed them to become medical doctors. But in the end, they fail. No amount of talent, no amount of knowledge will lead you to success if you don't win the mental battle. I repeat, you can have all the knowledge in the world. You can be as talented as the best person in the world in terms of that particular talent, but you will fail if you don't win the battle of the mind. Let me give you an example. In soccer, we had people who were so good. Portugal used to have someone called Quaresma. Ricardo Quaresma, thank you. Where is he? Nowhere to be found. Even here in Ghana, our leaders, I don't want to mention names, someone will come, onto a radio station, will rattle, will communicate, will show you that indeed he has knowledge, but fails. Because the person never won what? The battle of the mind. Look at Cristiano Ronaldo. Cristiano Ronaldo is not someone who is very talented. But Cristiano Ronaldo will not joke with a goal. Whenever he scores a goal, he jubilates, no matter how the goal is. Whether it is a tap-in or a shot from the center, he will what? Jubilate. He's always eager to achieve more, achieve more, achieve more. Because of what? The battle of the mind. He has won it. And imagine you are talented. You win the battle of the mind. You become the GOAT. Do you understand? So, knowledge alone is not enough. You have to go beyond it. If you really want to achieve what you set out to achieve. Do you understand? Okay, let's continue. Now, I want to talk about what we call the universal law of what? Life. This law doesn't fail. To put it simply, when you have a ball you kick the ball against the wall, what happens? There is no way you will kick a ball in a good shape, not a flat one. Ball in a good shape, there is no way you kick it against the wall and it will not bounce back to you. The harder you kick it, the harder it bounces back to you. The extent of your vision will determine the image that will be formed in your mind. And that will determine how your subconscious mind is filled. And that will determine the degree of adrenaline that will rush through your body to move you to achieve that mental image. The mental image, after going through this, will become physical image. The universal law of life. Each and every person here should have a vision. Your vision could be, in future, you go and set up your own business. Or you go to school to the highest point and become a lecturer. Or to the highest point and become a government official. Or to the highest point and to lead a country. However, to get there, your present work that you do, your current work that you do, you have to do it with all your strength and all your might. Because of what? The universal law of life. If you do it with all your might, your current job, you do it with all your might, with all your strength, you build what we call what? Competence that you will fall on when you get there. People will notice you, will recognize you and say that, Aisha is killing herself to do the job. There is a new position, a higher position. I will recommend Aisha. Aisha will go and occupy that position. And that position will bring her lots of what? Goodies and more opportunities. That is why I said, if you have a ball and you kick it against the wall, it will bounce back to you. Whatever you do, whether you do it well or you don't do it well, people are watching. Have you heard the word or the statement or idiom, walls have ears? Keep in your head the universal law of life. Whether you want to be with Decentpak to the point where we will achieve our vision, I'll come to our vision. Kill yourself for the job. Before, during, and after your day's work. Prepare well, that is before. During, do it as expected of you and even more. Before, think about what you have done. No, that is after. After, think about what you have done. Think about it in a way that, okay, I have done this, I've left it in the best of shape. So that if somebody would carry on with it, the person will do it well. Never ever do something that would affect your progress. The moment you do that, you are allowing negatives to infiltrate, to get into what? Your subconscious mind. And there is something about negativity. It is like addiction. Once a piece of negative comment gets into your head, it will destabilize the pool in the subconscious mind. If you don't get it out quickly, another one follows. We call it dilution. It will dilute the pool. By the time you realize, it has taken over the pool. You will see that some people, they will have issues at home. Let's say there is an emergency. Okay, they need 2,000 Ghana cedis to solve the emergency. The company's 2,000 Ghana cedis is with them, and they allow the negativity to infiltrate their subconscious mind, the pool. And when they do it, they use the money to offset the emergency. And God being so good, they get it to replace the money that they use, the company's money they use. You realize that the next time, even if an emergency doesn't come up, what do? Once they have the company's money, what do? They make use of it. That is the road to distraction. In the first place, never ever do that by touching the company's money to solve an emergency. You see, the mind is some way. Once you allow negativity to come close to it, you are doomed. Are you following what I'm saying? Yes. Do your work with all your might and strength. Do it, and people will recognize your this thing, your effort. And when we get there, you'll be shocked the kind of favors you'll be getting. You will be shocked. So now, after going through all this, I'll tell you my vision. Some of you know my vision. It's okay. Can you go to the link that I sent? I'm not interested in making so much money to chop with my family. I also practice what I preach. What kind of shirts are you people wearing? What kind of shirt am I wearing? Do I have a watch? I don't remember the last time I got it. I've never bought watch for myself before. Never. The last watch I used was bought for me by my mother, and I lost it in New York. Since I lost it, I've never ever replaced it. The shoe that I wear, I bought it on AliExpress about 5 years ago. I'm still using that shoe. You see me driving a car, but I don't own a car. I don't have a car. I can easily get these things, but I'm not getting them. My focus is on you, because if you are empowered, you have the requisite knowledge, you will change your own life and the people around you. And Ghana and Africa will be a better place. That is my vision. And I'll show you something. Go down. This is a company that I came across in Canada, not knowing they are doing what I want to do. You see the number of companies they have. These are brands, so separate brands. It's not under, okay, if I say separate brands, I mean separate companies under one big umbrella. Umbrella Bemo. Doc. Yes. This is what I want to achieve. To have so many companies. So many, I don't know the quantity. That you guys are going to head them. You are going to head them. Don't think about your state now. Think about the future. And whatever you do, do it with honesty. You know our core values. Never ever allow negativity to infiltrate your subconscious mind. Now everybody knows subconscious mind. You will be able to achieve this. You see, Kenisco, majority of the money we make on Kenisco, we give it to users of the platform. Because I believe if somebody under me is empowered, the person will succeed. Another thing, and this one, I'm pleading with management to let it happen. Doc, Madam, Mr. Okain, Sad, Madam Foley, please, I'm begging you, I want it to happen. Make sure you retire me from Decentpak in 5 years' time. If by the 5th year, starting from next year, I'm still the CEO of Decentpak, I have failed. Yes, I have failed. Yes, do that, do that. I want that to happen. Guys, we care about you. We want you to succeed. Take this information, go home and go and transform the lives of your people. We are not here to make money for ourselves. We are here to ensure that you succeed. Look at this company. They have this, they have that, they have that. Go down, go down. These are called specialty foods. They have premium food distribution too. Maybe our holding company will be called It Is Possible. Or the umbrella. So guys, keep the vision in mind. This is my vision. I have created a mental image of it. Now, I have faith that it will happen. And I'm filling my subconscious mind with positive affirmation to give me the adrenaline to move with determination, with grace. So whenever you see me now, I'm trying to achieve the physical, which is the 25%. You see me always with a book, always reading. I'm learning the ways. This is the vision. Thank you very much.